Joseph.
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
Oh, wonderful as always. Probably
Awesome.
more wonderful than usual because I'm very excited about this episode.
I'm excited too, man. How about we get some introduction music and then we get going?
Let's rock and
All
roll.
right. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 15. Want to say
16.
16 of Socratic
16.
Sports. Um, if you've been following along, the last two episodes we broke down the off season and what we expect this year from the AFC and the NFC. Today we make our predictions of what the league will look like all the way up to the Super Bowl. And we shall begin with the NFC. And so let's start with the NFC East, man. Who you got? What kind of records
All
you got
right.
looking out? Let's start from the
Jumping.
let's go from the bottom to the top.
Probably, okay. All right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
this should come as no surprise to you.
yeah.
I'm guessing we're going to link up on this one.
Okay.
I have the Washington Commanders sitting there in the cellar at
Mm-hmm.
4-13.
Same thing.
Same record, too?
Same
Wow.
record.
All
4 and
right, so I gotta
13.
ask,
Yeah.
who are your four wins? Do you remember?
So I let me see. Hold on. I don't know if let me see if I can pull up my
So surprisingly, I do have them beating the Cardinals on game one.
yes. I remember
That's
that.
yeah. And then, so maybe just because I'm the forever pessimistic fan, I do have
Mm-hmm.
them actually beating the Eagles in their second game. So Eagles win the
No.
first. I do have the Commanders just because for some reason they always have the Birds number for at least one game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I have them beating the Giants for one of their games.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have them ending the season with a win against the Cowboys, mostly because I think at that point the Cowboys aren't going to have anything to play for.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Washington, I think Ron Rivera will be fired by then. So Washington will kind of play for the interim coach, who I think is going to be Eric Bieniemy.
Mm-hmm.
I think they might have brought Bieniemy in with the thinking of if things go south fast, we got a backup plan to upgrade him to head coach. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. My four was uh the Cardinals, like you said.
Yep.
The Bears was second.
Okay.
Um
I
and
can't
so
wait till we get to the Bears. I shocked myself with the Bears.
yeah, all right. The Giants, I do agree that home
Okay.
game against the Giants. I did agree with that. And then there's always an upset somewhere, somehow. And the fourth pick was when they play the Rams on the road.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where I went with that one. So
Okay.
yeah, all right. So what's next up for you? 4 and 13 Commanders. Next up.
Next up, you are looking at the 7-10 Cowboys.
Love
Yes,
it.
I surprised myself because I thought I would actually end up having the Cowboys top the division.
Mm.
But as I went through the schedule, I have them losing the opening game to the Giants. Yeah, I don't. It was hard for me to see where the wins come in. I don't see them beating the Bills. I don't see them beating the Dolphins. I don't see them beating the Pats. They got to play your boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the more I got into it, I was like, that's a loss. That's a loss.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
don't see much from the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. I
Who
actually
is
have
your
them
third?
going. I have them going 9 and 8. Breaking
And
a
does that
little,
put them third in the
just at
division?
even. You know, I
Okay.
mean, it's the Cowboys. They're not consistent. That's what I think. I don't think they'll be consistent. And you're right. Looking at the schedule, I mean, the easiest game that it seems like they have on their schedule is the preseason game against the Raiders. Everything else is tough. I mean, the Panthers game could be an easy game, easy win, but my only concern is where are the Panthers during mid-season? And there, I mean, with a rookie quarterback, will he be outstanding this year, like to start the year off? And so it's just hard to say.
Yeah.
They do play the Cardinals again. We don't expect much from the Cardinals.
Mm-mm.
And so yeah, it's definitely a tough schedule. I think that the Cowboys have this year. That's why I have them breaking even. So
I
yeah.
like what you said about the Panthers because I actually have them losing to the Panthers.
Mm,
And my thinking was a lot like yours. I think
mm,
uh, Young and the team are going to start kind of finding form and finding
mm,
rhythm.
mm,
So
mm.
I think that's going to be a game they steal
Yeah.
from the Cowboys. So
Yeah, good one. All right, who do you got next up?
next up, probably one of the highest I've ever rated this team.
Mm-hmm.
I have my Birds going 10-7.
Really?
I do.
Hmm.
I will always hope they go better. I will always pull for them to go 17-0 if possible.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they have a tough. I think they have a tough schedule. I do
They
have them
do.
opening up with a win
They do.
against the Pats, but then I have them losing to the Vikings. Um, I have them losing to the Rams. I have them losing to every NFC West team except for the Cardinals.
Mm.
I don't know what it is. I think that's going to be a tough stretch for them. Um, Here's a shocker. I have them being swept by the Giants.
Really?
Yeah.
Even at
Um,
home? Mm.
Even at home, I really where the damage comes in is the interdivisional games. I think
They're
even the
actually playing right now
Commanders,
too. I didn't even know that.
yeah, they are. It's a preseason
Mm.
game.
Mm.
It's preseason game number two too, which
Yeah.
Jalen probably was in for like they probably had their starters in for the first couple drives.
Mm. Yeah. Wow, you have the Eagles. So
Yeah.
I have to switch it up because so you have the Giants winning the East, it seems.
Yes, I
I
do.
have the Eagles winning the East. So since
Okay.
you're talking about the Eagles, you have them going 10-7. I actually have
I
them
do.
going 11-6.
Okay. They're pretty
Um,
close. I mean pretty
yeah.
close.
Well, that
Yeah.
was close, but I agree with you. I think they do have a pretty tough schedule. I mean, they have, if you look at it, like that middle schedule of they have the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Niners, and then the Cowboys again. That's a 5-game stretch. That's going to be
Yeah.
really tough. And so yeah, I think they're going to have a pretty. I mean, but I could say this: if they get past that with a they get past that with
Hmm.
like a 4-1 record or something
Yeah.
crazy, they're running away with that division, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have them winning the East at 11-6, and so now the Giants. It seems like you have winning the East. What do you have them at?
I have them at 12-5. I do. Yeah.
Wow.
I surprised myself. A lot of it is I have them coming. Their schedule, I don't think is that rough, and so they play Packers, Saints. So we don't really expect the NFC South to be a powerhouse. So I've got
Right.
wins there. Um, I have them pulling off a win against the Raiders. I've got them beating the Seahawks. I've got them beating the Cardinals. I even have them beating the Dolphins. I think the games they are expected to lose, they're going to come out and win, and then win more of the games that they should win than they usually do.
Mm.
Yeah, I, I'm surprised myself because you know how I feel about Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
But like you said, I do believe in Brian Dable. So the other thing about this with the NFC East is I don't know if you knew this. The NFC East hasn't had a repeat winner since the '04 season
Mm.
when the Eagles won like 3 straight NFC East titles.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time to go without a repeat winner. So while, yes, the Eagles on paper look like they are the force to be reckoned with, it's a weird division. I think
Mm.
the trend continues. I think you have a new winner. I think it's the Giants.
Wow. All right. Cool.
So,
Yeah. I mean, I have them at 10-7. Like you said, it's still a Giants. I think they have good wins. But I think they've just found ways to fumble a game late
you know,
and lose. And so, yeah, looking at the schedule, it is a pretty easy schedule. I actually struggle with their schedule because, again, I do think they're better than um quite a few of these teams that are on there. I mean, Cards, Commanders, Packers, Rams. I mean, I think those are games that they should just be winning. But who knows? Again, when it comes to the Giants, so it's a little iffy with that. So, but we'll see. We'll see. I like that
mm,
though. I like that a lot.
mm.
All right, let's move over to the NFC North. And I'll start this one off. I have at the bottom of that the Packers. I think the Packers would be 5-12. I don't see much from Love. You know, I this is a whole restart for the Packers. They do have a pretty rough schedule. With games again, they have that stretch where they play the Steelers, the Chargers, the Lions,
Mhm.
the Chiefs, the Giants. I mean, they can easily go 0-5 right there, and then they play the Bucks, who they probably should beat, but who knows if
Mhm.
this kid is playing well,
Mhm.
Baker Mayfield for the
Yeah.
Bucks. So I mean, who knows what's going to happen with them too? But again, I think they have a pretty tough schedule for the Packers, and I don't see much for them.
Well, you, you maybe should let me go first because you were actually you were kinder to the Packers than I was.
Oh, really?
I also had the Packers last.
Okay.
I have the Packers going 3-14,
Jeez.
and those 3 wins are to the Saints, to the Buccaneers, and to the
Mm.
Panthers.
Mm.
So they beat up on the NFC South, but
Yeah.
I thought it was funny you mentioned that stretch they have against the Chargers, Chiefs, Steelers, all that. And you're like, you could easily see him losing. I do see him losing. At one point, I have them going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have them on a 9-game losing streak. It's not just Love. I mean, I hope Love is successful. I like him,
Yeah.
but his expectations are going to be sky high.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just don't see what else is around him.
Yeah.
There's not a
Valid
lot, in
point.
my opinion, to like about Green Bay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I have them
Yeah.
going 3-14.
14. Wow. All right.
Yeah,
So, next up, I have, and again, I think this is where we're going to differ on.
yeah. I think
I
we're
have the Bears
okay.
at 8-9
Okay.
in that division. Again, I will say the one thing that the Bears um, got going for them is I think they have a mid schedule where I think they can go on. I mean, again, they have like this stretch of they pay the Bucks, the Chiefs, the
Mm-hmm.
Broncos, the Commanders, and then the Vikings, right? And so with I'm sorry, I'm catching a brain fart here. The quarterback Fields, Justin
Justin
Fields,
Fields.
um, you know, can he keep them in the game? And I think he can, especially with his legs. And so I think he'd be a problem next year. I think again they can start off super hot. I mean, um, uh, starting with the Packers and then the Bucks be 2-0, play the Chiefs be 2-0, and then play the Broncos at home and be 3-1, play the Commanders and be 4-1. Like they can easily do that, But then after that, it's just this stretch of, again, they have the Panthers, the Lions, the Vikings,
Mm-hmm.
the Lions, the Browns. It's just they have that tough schedule. I think they have a give and take schedule. It's going to be good. It's going to be bad, and so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's why I have them mid at 8-9.
So you're right. We differ here.
Okay.
My third place team is the Vikings.
Okay.
9-8. And
Okay.
go ahead and jump up. My second place team. I only say this because pick on top, I do have the Bears in second place.
Okay.
I actually have them with an 11-6 record.
Wow,
So
really?
a lot of that, like you said, is about their schedule. They get a big boost because I have them sweeping the Packers. I actually have them splitting with the Vikings and the Lions.
Okay.
Um, and then I have them with wins over the Commanders. I have them with a win over the Raiders, with beating the Saints, the Panthers, the Cardinals. The only NFC South team I have them losing to is the Falcons.
Mm.
Um, so again, as I went down that schedule, I mean, Chiefs obviously I have them losing to. I do have them losing to the Broncos. I mean, you said best. Their schedule really favors them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
On the flip side, the Vikings, they don't have
Who I
a
have
super
10-7.
10-7 and in
Yeah.
second. I'm guessing, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, the Vikings. I spoke the other day about how I feel like the Titans have missed their window. I feel the same way
Yes.
about the Vikings.
Yeah,
I feel like the
I
Vikings
see
window
that.
has closed.
I can see
I
that.
think the Bears have closed the gap on them. I think the Lions have really closed the gap on them.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And last year, they won the most games with like the closest margin,
Mm.
the closest one-score games, and that's typically not a trend that continues.
Mm.
Um, so I think they lose a lot of games you don't see coming.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have them opening the season with a loss to the Buccaneers.
Mm.
I have them losing to the Falcons, losing to the Saints, losing to your boys. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I'm not a big believer in the Vikings. I think they win the division last year.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I was a
yep.
fan
Which
last
they
year,
yeah,
but
yep. Which they
don't
did.
see it. Don't see it this year.
Yeah, yeah. I don't see yeah, I have them going 10-7, like I said. Again, I think it comes to where you know, the schedule isn't doing them any favors. You know, like you mentioned, you know, if the Bears do play good, uh they'll give them a challenge in that division. Though I think this division between the Vikings, I mean, take out the Packers, between the Vikings, Lions, and Bears. Oh my! I think I think division winners will actually, you know, win that
Yeah,
division.
yeah.
Whoever
I
wins that, I
agree.
think they'll be up there.
Yeah,
And so yeah, I think they'll have a tough time in that division. Again, we're all in on the Lions. And we could just talk about it right now. I got the Lions going 11-6 and winning that division.
you ready for this?
If you tell me 13-4, I'm
I
gonna.
have the Lions going 13-4. I'm filling this out, and I'm like, really? Like I had to like convince myself that I was writing a W, and I wrote like
Oh,
so. Here's one of the biggest reasons for this, and this is why I think you and I are going to differ. I have them opening the season on a 4-game win streak, which means
over the
they
Chiefs.
beat the Chiefs. I think they beat the Chiefs on opening night.
uh,
And then obviously it gets easy after that. They have the Seahawks, Falcons, Packers.
yeah.
But I also have them beating the Ravens. I have them beating the Chargers.
See, I don't. I think that so.
And,
The Chargers, I do see. But against the Ravens, I don't think they've reached that point yet to overthrow Lamar. I don't think so.
so I'm really high on the Ravens, and you'll see this later on.
Yeah.
But I know I'm going to keep saying it. There's something about the Lions this year. There is something about the Lions this year. So yes,
I agree. I agree. I
13
think.
and 4.
Hey, I would love to see it again. I have them going 11-6, so we shall see. But all right, let's. Man, I can't wait for this season to start already, man. Let's move over to the South. This is by far probably the worst division as far as records go.
Oh, you are gonna.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I see your face when we get to the top of this division.
All right. So, all right, I'll let you start it off. Who you got at the bottom?
At the bottom, I have the poor Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes, sir. Same
I
here.
have them going 3-14.
Ooh, I have them going 4-13.
Yeah, I do. There's too much turbulence. I don't know who's
Yeah.
quarterback. I don't see it with the Buccaneers.
Yeah, same here. I don't see their schedule is what their schedule is compared to the talent that they have on the team. There's no
Yeah.
way that they are competing this year. Even teams like the Texans, I think, are going to beat the Bucks.
Yeah,
The Colts with
I have
Richardson
the
starting.
Texans.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
their
looking at
their
my whiteboard.
wins.
I have the Colts winning. Yep.
Yeah, like I could see them beating the Titans.
I have them
Who I
losing to
have
the Titans.
Okay, I have them beating the Titans. I have them beating the Panthers only because they're home
Mhm.
that game, and then I have them beating the Packers, and then I have them beating the Saints.
So I do have them beating the Panthers.
Mm.
The other two wins, and the only reason I picked one of these is because it's the first game of the season, and I do think like Baker will be good for one game. So I do
Mm.
have them actually opening the season with a win against the Vikings.
Okay.
And then surprisingly, their only other win, I do have them upsetting the Lions
Okay.
because that feels like one of those weird games where they catch the Lions sleeping and yeah.
Yeah. All right. Who you
So
got next after that?
I have the New Orleans Saints at 8-9.
Okay. So I have the
Um,
Saints at 2-7, 10-7.
okay. So are
But
they?
they're winning the division at 10-7.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
And you
then,
said you
who's
had the
your
Saints at eight
third
and nine.
team? 8-9, yeah.
Okay.
Who's your third place team then?
So my third place team is the Panthers. I have them at
Okay,
7-10.
they're my second, also at 8-9. So they do
Okay.
tie records with the Saints.
Okay. Okay.
So then you have the Falcons at second.
I have Falcons at second at 9-8.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right ahead then.
Mm-hmm.
I had the Falcons winning the division.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to take a guess at what record I have the Falcons ending at?
9-8.
I have the Falcons winning the division at 13-4. Hold on. Okay. Now this is where I need your help. Looking at the schedule, tell me where the losses are coming, Carlos. Panthers, that's a win.
Okay.
Packers, that's a win. Lions, loss. Jaguars, loss. Texans, that's a win. Commanders, that's a win. Buccaneers, that's a win. Titans, I have them losing to. Cardinals, that's a win. Saints, that's a win. Jets, that's a win. Where help me here. Where are the losses
The
coming?
Jets is a win?
Yes, it is.
You are. I don't know what's. Look, I got the Falcons at 9-8. Right, I have
Okay.
them. I have them like medium. Like I'm not saying they're gonna lose every game, right? But again, if we're predicting matchups right now, okay, looking at this, all right, Panthers, a matchup. Like we don't know what they expect from the Panthers, so I'm not gonna sit here and give them that victory. The Lions, right? I give them the Packers. I'm not giving them the Lions, right? Then I'm not giving them the Texans. I'm not giving them the Jags.
Okay.
I'm not giving them the Vikings. I'm not giving them the Saints. I'm not giving them the Jets. I'm not giving them the Bears. And so I think again, this is one of those games where this one of those conferences or divisions that is this one, like we said about the North. Being, hey, this division is going to decide about who is at the top for division wins. The same thing is going to go for this one, just in a worse way, because I think they just going to beat up on each other and then lose to outside of the division also. And so, yeah, I just don't. Again, I only have the Saints being up by one game and going to, it's not like but 13-4 for the Falcons. What?
So again, I get it, and I was
That's a hot take.
I was as surprised as you were, Carlos. And we interesting enough, we're on the same page here. So I agree with you. I think the NFC South comes down to divisional wins. I just think the Falcons get them. So, and I keep looking at my whiteboard if anybody's wondering what I keep
Yeah,
looking
love
over.
it.
So I have them sweeping the Saints. I have them splitting with the Panthers. And I have them sweeping the Buccaneers right there. That's 5 wins right there. So that's a big one. Yeah, I have them pulling off some upset wins. I do have them beating the Vikings. But other than that, I mean, you would say the Jets is an upset win. I don't necessarily think so. But yeah, I mean that's I get it. I get your skepticism, but that is what the numbers played out for me.
Right.
And this is why we have this on tape.
Yes, 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 yes. All right, and so now let's move on to the West. And I'll kick this one off. And I think you and I, if we're not on the same boat, I'll be surprised.
We're not.
Really?
We're not,
at the bottom. I'm talking about starting from the bottom to the top. But
okay.
All right.
From the bottom,
So
yes.
the bottom and my number one draft pick for 2024 are the Arizona Cardinals. Okay. I think they go 2-15. And the only reason I gave them 2 is because there's always an upset somewhere and something stupid is going to happen. But I don't think the Cards stand a chance this season. I think they're in a rebuild mode. Especially with who has the injury, the quarterback, Kyler Murray. You know, he's not going to be back until mid or after late season. And so I think this is just hey, let's just play, see what happens, waiting for him to come back to get better, and then they add something with that first round pick. But yeah, I have them going 2-15.
Yeah. Amazingly, you were kinder than I was. I also have the Cardinals losing the division. I also have them at the number 1 draft pick, going 1-16.
Dude, you know what's funny? You say that. I swear to you, Joey, my first thought when I looked at their schedule was 0-17. That was my first thought, and I was just like, you know what? There's always some stupid victory throughout the year, so I'm not gonna give them 0-16, 0-17, and so but again, like you said, if you even look at their opening schedule, they have
oh my gosh.
after they're away of the Commanders, right? But then they go Giants, Cowboys, 49ers, Bengals, Rams, right. Seahawks, Ravens, Browns, Falcons. Like, dude, I think they are like on a 0-9, 0-8 start for this season. I think they have one of the toughest schedules out there. So yeah, I'm rolling with you. I think we both agree that they are at the bottom of the barrel.
It's funny you say that. I have them starting 0-8. The only win I have them getting, I actually do have them beating the Browns.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
I mean,
all right, who do you got next?
So this is where I think we're going to start to differ. Like, hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
I do have the Seahawks next.
Okay.
I have them going 4-13.
Whoa!
Yeah. Again, look at their schedule. I mean, open up against the Rams, which we'll get back to the Rams because that's going to be a contentious point for you and I. Lions, Panthers, okay. Giants, Bengals, Cards, okay. Browns, Ravens, Rams again, Niners, Cowboys, Eagles.
Yeah, it's a tough schedule. It is.
A lot of this obviously is predicated on I don't think Geno repeats the magic.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that. I have them at 9-8, going second in that division.
Okay.
So yeah. So Rams will be third, but I have them at 8-9.
Okay.
So again, I think both. But so for me, the only reason that the Hawks get the nod is because, you know, their schedule is tough, but I think they have enough to. It's one of those mids tough
Yeah.
Go one of those balanced. Hey, we're hard, but we have a few easy games, and I think the Hawks can pull off some easy games. We know how it is. They have the 12th man with
Yeah.
that crowd there. That's always a factor. So yeah, but the Rams, again, I don't know what they expect from the Rams. I don't know if you're looking at their schedule with their talent. If Stafford doesn't, I know you're in on Stafford and all that stuff like that,
Oh,
and
you
I
have no
don't
idea.
I don't know. And if you have them winning the division, I swear to you, Joey. Oh my God. If you have the Rams winning this division, dude, what do you have the Rams at, bruh?
So unfortunately, I think I'm about to lose a friend to the audience. So not only do I have the Rams winning the division, I have the Rams going. I swear on my life, I did not expect this going in. The NFC West was actually the last division I went through and made my picks. I had to be consistent, so I had to, um, cross-reference it with who they played already in the other picks. When it was all said and done and the dust was settled, I have the Rams going 15-2.
I'm not even gonna respond to that. I'm not
I
even gonna
know,
I'm not even gonna respond to that, dude.
I know, but
I'm not even gonna respond to that.
I'm not
Because
gonna.
right now you're telling me that the two losses, the Bengals,
Nope.
no?
The two losses are the Ravens and the Niners, but the Niners at the end of the year when the Rams already have the 1 seed locked up.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You have them
And
beating your boys too?
I do. I have them beating my boys. I have them beating the
He has them
Bengals.
beating the Eagles, the Bengals. You have them. We play them twice. You have them beating us a 1-1.
Yes, because so keep this in mind, Carlos. The first time you play them, it's in week 2.
Yeah,
I don't know who y'all's quarterback is.
Brock Purdy
There's
is
just
our quarterback. Like, there's no ifs ands or buts about that,
is he gonna?
dude. Joey, I'm telling you right
So
now.
obviously that
Oh,
means the Niners are second for me. I do have
yeah.
the Niners going to respectable 12-5,
Okay, I have them going 13-4.
and they win the division.
Oh yes, they win the division. Yep. All right. So with that being said, since we are talking in the NFC, what it looks like from the breakdown, top seven. What does the NFC playoff picture looks like for me?
Okay.
I have first the Niners, second the Eagles, third the
Okay.
Lions, fourth the Saints. Wild card. I have the Giants fifth, the Vikings sixth, and the Seahawks seven. Don't have the Cowboys at all. Um, I can't see that. I'm sorry. It's like
No,
blurry.
I'll set it
No,
down,
no, no.
man.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
sorry.
No, no, you're good.
All right. And what do you
I'll
have?
go through mine. I have with a 15-2 record. Your Los Angeles Rams are the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Okay.
With a 13-4 record, the number 2 seed, those little Detroit Lions.
Okay.
And then I have the Falcons with running out the 3 seed, and
Okay.
the Giants pulling up at the end with the 4
Yeah.
seed.
Okay.
My wild cards.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, we've got your boys, the Niners.
Okay.
We've got the Chicago Bears with the 6
Okay.
seed.
Gotcha.
And then my boys pull up the end with the 7 seed.
Okay. You
So
got
the
Eagles
Eagles.
from the first to the seventh seed?
So again,
Jeez.
the margin of error, Carlos, it's so small. Like, think about it. They lose the division, and unfortunately, I have them going 10-7. So Niners are 12-5, so they're going to get the nod above them, and the Bears are 11-6. So if you
Okay.
go by my records, it doesn't work. Like, the Eagles don't have enough wins.
Okay. Hey,
So
I hear that. All right.
on to the
Well, we
AFC.
we Yep, on to the AFC, man.
Let's
I'm
let's
like
start with the
lost of
West
words.
and then go back up. We'll start with the
All
West and end
right,
with the East.
all right, all right. So start with the West. Where am I? Okay. At the bottom of the West, which is no surprise, I don't think I have the Raiders. At 4-13.
Okay, I do have the Raiders, which surprised me because I actually thought it'd be the Chargers. But I do
Hmm.
have the Raiders. I have them 5-12,
Okay.
so very close there.
Yeah.
Again, in a tough division,
Yeah.
don't know what
Which
to expect from
division wins
them.
will matter, especially here.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
And outside of the division, I mean, the schedule again. We don't know what they expect from Garoppolo, like we always talk
Yeah.
about. Yeah, I feel honestly feel bad because I think they have one of the best defensive players and Mason Crosby.
Yeah.
But again, having to
Didn't they just sign another very impressive defensive player? I thought they signed or traded for somebody because they were like, Crosby was like, oh, yeah, this is going to be fun to play against him or play with him.
but yeah, I did see that, but I don't think it was um I think it was like a safety or
Pulling up the depth chart. I'm
yeah.
pulling this up.
Okay.
Division.
Um so third in division I have I have the Broncos
Okay.
at 9-8.
Okay, so I have the Chargers at 6-11.
Ooh,
Yeah.
no love for your boy this year. He hurt you last year, huh?
He did. Listen, again, I will frame this in a positive mindset for Justin because I never want to bring him down. He has a chance now to prove me wrong.
That's
Go
true.
out there, put together a 12-win season.
That's true.
Maybe get the 5th seed in the wild card and do what you gotta do. Real fast. So Chandler Jones. They also signed Marcus Peters. So Chandler Jones was the guy I was thinking of on the older side, but he can wreck a game or two when he comes on. That's who Crosby was excited about.
Yeah. And I have the Chargers going 10-7.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, their schedule I think allows them to be in games. I think they have a really balanced schedule. They have a stretch where they play the Chiefs, Bears, Jets, and Lions. That can be like, and even before that, they have the Cowboys. But I mean, we don't expect much from the Cowboys. So
yeah, we both have the Cowboys going third.
So yeah, but I have them going 10-7. I have them just barely in there. But I had the Broncos at 9-8. And coming in third, you have them coming in second, I'm assuming.
I do.
Okay.
8-9. So not great.
Okay, yeah. And I had them 9-8. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, again, don't know what to expect. Sean Payton first year. Let me tell you, and I did pick my coach of the year, and I won't say who it was yet, but I will say that if they do have a pretty stellar year, a complete turnaround from last year, Sean Payton will win coach of the year. Because the ceiling is only up with with them. So yeah, I will say that. But okay, so obviously we both have the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
At the top. What do you have them at?
So a little bit lower than I expected. I do have them going 11-6.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm so happy we do this podcast together. I have them going 11-6 too.
Really? Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. I thought you were going to be like, how did you put them that low? Yeah. So obviously I've already said this. One of their kind of surprise losses, I do think they lose to the Lions. But I also have them losing to Jacksonville the week after.
Okay.
Now I do have them on a 7-game win streak after that, which is great. But then I have them.
You are not in on the Jets. It seems like every time we talk, the Jets are being, bro. I can't wait to get to the East. I can't
That's why
wait.
I wanted to leave it for the
I
end.
can't wait, man. Jeez. But
I have them losing to the Eagles, and then I have them kind of whimpering into the playoffs. So like I have them
mhm,
losing to the Pats, Raiders, and Chargers the last game of
mhm.
the season. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
put
I'm
them at
with
11 and
you.
6.
Yeah, 11-6. Again, Bengals always play them tough. Bills always play them tough. They got the
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins. I think it's going to be a tough game. Don't know what they expect from the Broncos. They play them twice. I do think they pull out one of those. Again, don't know what they expect from the Vikings, but with Justin Jefferson, you can't count them out. The Lions, the Jaguars, I think they have the Jets. I think they have a
Yeah.
pretty tough schedule, and so of course with with Patrick Mahomes, they're in on every game. But I think
Mm,
their schedule is
yeah.
pretty tough than people are. I think people are putting Mahomes on this pedestal of just coming out winning these games,
Yeah.
but I think their schedule, the changes that happen
Mm-hmm.
this off season, is really going to come into play with a big factor, especially how good the Lions are, how great the Jets are going to be this year,
Okay.
and so.
Let's pump the brakes there.
All right, cool. All right, so
All
next
right.
up, move to
The
the south.
South? Yeah,
Yeah.
to the South.
Um.
You want to roll? I think
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
have the
The
same
south.
last place team.
The Colts.
Oh, okay. I have the Titans.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
I have the
okay.
Titans going 5-12 in last place. I spoke about it in the last episode. I'm not feeling the Titans.
Yeah, I'm not feeling them either. I had them going 6-11, but I have them in third at 6-11. I have the Colts at 5-12, and last. So yeah,
This might be a pretty shocking thing to you also, and because it surprised myself. I actually the Titans opening up the season on a 6-game losing streak.
mm,
I mean, they have a tough start. So the Saints, I think the Saints could pull that out. And then you got the Chargers, then you got the Browns, then you got the Bengals, uh, Colts, Ravens. It's not an easy start to the
no,
schedule.
yeah, for
And
sure. I mean, I could go one better than that. I think they lose all the way until they play the Bucks. I mean, the Steelers are no joke.
so
The
I
Falcons are
only
no
have
joke.
them. I only have them with one. I have them beating the Falcons, but I do have them losing the Steelers. So
Yeah,
yeah, I don't expect much from the Titans this year.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree with you. I
I
see
have
that.
them
What do you,
beating the Jags at the end, but that's just because, spoiler alert, I think the Jags will have everything wrapped up at that point and don't
hmm,
play for
hmm.
it. So
Yeah. And what do you who do you have third?
I have Houston.
Okay.
So I have Houston. However, I have Houston going 7-10, and I do have the Colts in second, also at 7-10. The
Okay.
only reason the Colts skip them back is when I looked at my board, I have the Colts with like one more divisional win.
Okay.
So it's a toss up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
have
got
the
Houston at
Texans.
7-10.
Yeah, I have them at 8-9. I
Okay,
think it's
pretty close.
and again, it's one of if they do have and again, like I mentioned with Sean Payton earlier, if they have uh um uh a winning record like a 9-8,
Mm-hmm.
especially after what happened last year, again, I think D'Amico
Gets coach of the year.
gets coach of the year. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. But yeah, I have them going 8-9, and that's better than what they were.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have them there, and then obviously we both have the Jags in the division.
Yeah.
I have the Jags 12-5.
Okay. All right. So you like the Jags a lot more than me. I
Mm-hmm.
do have the Jags. I mean, they win it, but they win it at 9-8. Um.
Really?
So let's look here. So
Yeah.
I have them opening the season on a 4-game win streak. But then they got to play the Bills. I do have them dropping one of the Colts because divisional games are always tough. I do have them losing to the Steelers. I got them losing to your boys. Yeah, I have them losing to the Ravens. I feel like the teams that you would expect the Jags to lose to, I do have them losing to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then obviously one of those losses is to the Titans, which is the last game of the year. But I think the Jags will have the division wrapped up by then. So,
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, I could see them. losing to the Bills. I could see them losing to my boys, the Niners. I could see them losing to the Bengals. I could see them losing to the Ravens.
I have them
And
beating the Bengals, surprisingly.
okay. And
Yeah.
then I have them the Chiefs. So that's my five right there. I think they have a really good year.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's how I'm sold on. So
Yeah.
and then on to the north. Um the north
I,
actually is gonna be a lot tighter. And I don't know if you agree with that.
so is mine. Mine ended up
Yeah.
being a lot tighter than I expected. Also,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so in last I have the Browns.
I also
Last.
have the Browns.
Oh really? I have them at
Yeah,
7 and 10.
I also have them at 7 and 10. I really thought your last place team was gonna be the Steelers.
Yeah, no, no, no. I have Steelers
Okay,
third at 9 and 8.
I have them third at 10 and 7.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I mean, yeah, I mean we're right there essentially. Like
Yeah.
we're on the same boat. And then after that, I have the Ravens at 11 and 6,
Okay.
and then I have
So
the Bengals at 12 and 5.
this is interesting. So I also have the Ravens at 11 and 6,
Mm.
but I have the Ravens winning the division with that record.
And the
So I
Bengals
do
at
have
what?
10 and 7,
Ah,
and they
okay,
win the nod again because of divisional wins over Pittsburgh.
okay.
So that's interesting. Yeah. Another interesting point. I also have the Ravens opening up with a 6-game win streak.
Mm.
So they get a lot of those wins right there. They hit a snag. I had them losing 3 straight: the Browns, Bengals, Chargers, and then they
So
get it back together.
again, it seems like every time we talk about, especially in the AFC, about somebody beating somebody, it's like you don't believe in Burrow this year. Because it's to me,
So
it just sounds like you. It seems
I'm
like you
looking
said
at their
like I
schedule.
don't have them beat. I have them losing, beating the Bengals. I'm like, geez, what
So
did Burrow do to you?
so two things here. So one, I think the AFC North plays each other very tough. So keep that in mind. So one of the Cincy's losses to the Steelers, I have them losing to the Chiefs. I have them losing to the Ravens. Where Cincy got screwed over by me is I have them losing to the Rams and the Niners. So their NFC West schedule is not kind to them.
Mm-hmm.
I do have them beating the Hawks. I do have them beating the Cards. But like I have them losing to the Jazz.
Mm.
Hey, yeah, I can see why you say that. Again, I think this is more. I really like Baltimore this year than it's really. I'm down on Cincy. I think Baltimore's gonna be very very good. Unfortunately, Cincy is gonna drop games they shouldn't, and that's gonna.
See, and the only reason I'm opposite because again, if you look at the Ravens, yeah, they have Lamar back, which is great, right? But they have Odell, right? What is Odell going to do this season? We don't know, right?
Mhm.
But Burrow has Chase and Higgins. I mean, he's used to them right now.
Yeah,
They're going to be in that race no matter what, I think. And so it's just hard for me to. I mean, I like the Ravens too. Like I'm high on the ceiling of the Ravens. I think they're going to be up there. Again, I only have them in second by one game. 11 and 6. I got the
yeah,
Bengals 12 and 5.
yeah, yeah,
So it'll be. I think this is probably one of the best divisions to watch. I think we
yeah.
talked about it yesterday. I think it's going to be a really good division. So
This this was probably outside of the next division we'll talk about. This was probably the second toughest division for me to pick.
yeah.
It's just 'cause,
Mm-hmm.
like I had it all written, going through it. I'm like, I tried my best when I was doing these predictions to really go with my gut reaction and think it. And I don't know. A lot of this has to do with I'm really high on the Rams.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty high on your boys. So, but
No,
yeah,
you
again,
ain't.
I have them going 12-5.
Yeah, but you
That
got the freaking Rams going 15-2. Get out of
it,
here.
listen, your boys, they would have if they were in the AFC West, they would have won the division. If they were in the AFC South, they would have won the division. If they were in the AFC North, they would have won the division. Like, I do believe in them. I just believe in the Rams more than yours. So I mean, yeah, again, that's how the cookie crumbled with Cincy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And last but not least, oh boy, I can't wait to hear. You know what? And I'm letting you lead off every single one. We
in
are
last place,
the
I have
AFC East.
the New York Football Jets
I am done. I am hanging up my mic right now, dude.
at 8-9.
Oh my word. What are you
Not only
talking
do I
about?
have the Jets in last, I have them losing to the Bills. I have them losing to the Cowboys. I have them losing to the Eagles, the Giants. They get swept by the Bills. They lose to the
Gee,
Falcons.
what is this hatred towards the Jets,
I
man?
do not believe in the New York Football
I
Jets.
see that.
Oh
They
my
just
God.
signed him too. Like,
Irrelevant. Irrelevant.
oh my word, this dude.
Who do you have in one?
I have the Pats last at 7-10.
Okay. So I have the Pats in third,
Mm-hmm.
11-6.
What?
I do. I
Dude,
think
the
the
ceiling
Bills.
is high for the Dolphins and the Bills. 11-6 is third in that division. Oh my word! So, and last, I have the Pats 7-10. In third, I have the Dolphins at 9-8.
I have the Dolphins in second, also at 11-6.
Okay. So now for me, the Bills and the Dolphins will both be 9-8, right?
What?
But it'll be a division win for the Bills to get that second place.
You have the Bills going 9-8.
Yes, sir. I do.
So I have the Bills winning 12-5. 9-8.
9-8. Yes, sir. That's what I have the
Okay.
Bills. So yeah. And so I'll break this down, right? So, so where am I? Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find my plays.
No,
Okay. So they play the Dolphins twice, obviously. I have them losing one of those. I have them getting swept by I got them swept by the Jets. I have them one against the Patriots. Where else? Eagles lost. Chiefs lost. And I think that's the 8. Unless I'm missing one.
So that's
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
You and I are actually very close. So I also have them splitting with the Pats. I have them splitting with the Dolphins. I also have them losing to the Chiefs and the Eagles. One of the biggest things that kind of turned this quickly, I have them sweeping the Jets.
Okay, and I don't.
Being swept by the Jets. Do you have
so? Okay, go ahead.
Do you have them beating the Jags?
Actually, I think that's number 8.
Yeah,
so let me count this down again.
Because I do have them beating the Jags.
Yeah, let me count. So, Jets, Dolphins, Jags, Bengals, Eagles, Chiefs, Jets, and where's the? I want to say the Dolphins. So yeah, I have them 8. Yeah. Anyway, I have them 9-8. Yeah, I have them 9-8. So
interesting. So that only leaves one team.
only
The
leaves
top of
one
the division.
team at the top of the division. The New York Football Jets will finish this season. You ready for this, Joseph? You ready for this?
That's how it will ever be.
13-4. The New York Jets will be 13-4
Sir,
this season.
sir,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
explain yourself. I
Yeah.
just want to know who are the 4 losses to?
The 4 losses for me will be I think they lose. Against the
The Chiefs?
Dolphins. No, I don't think they lose against the Chiefs because
What?
they're home against the Chiefs, which I like, and Aaron likes
Okay.
that energy. So I think so. Again, I think they lose against the Dolphins. I think they
Okay.
one of them against the Dolphins. I think they lose against I want to say the Bills. I got them.
I thought you had them sweeping the Bills.
No, that was. Wait, let me see. Oh yeah, you're right. Right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I take that
You
back.
good?
So
The Pats, maybe?
no, wasn't the
No.
Pats. Actually, you're right. It was the Pats. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, because I thought Bill Belichick always gets one
On
or
the Jets,
always
yeah.
does something. Yeah, you're right. So I have them that. I have the Eagles. I think they lose against the Eagles.
Okay.
And then it was an upset one that I picked. I want to say it was the Browns.
Okay.
That I picked them against. But I think they open that Monday night game against I think it's a Monday night game. Bills Jets is the first
Yeah.
Monday night game if I'm not mistaken. I think they come in, they prove what they're going to do. I think they go and beat the Cowboys. I think they beat the Pats. Then I think they have a win again. I think they start this season 5-0 and then lose to the Eagles to 5-1. And then we'll see where the season goes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got them right there. Oh, if I could drop my mic, I would, but I won't. I'm gonna drop my pen just like that. All right.
So, if I've been keeping up with this right, is your number 1 seed in the AFC playoffs the New York Football Jets?
Let's talk about that, Joseph.
Oh my God.
My number one seed in the AFC is the New York Football Jets. My number
Why?
two, huh? Excuse me.
Why? I don't get it. Like,
I told you when we first did this series,
yeah.
this is the last 3. I said I am all in on the Jets, and I stayed with that. All right.
Okay.
So,
You are
we
a man
talked
of
about the
your word.
schedules. Oh wait, real quick, you had the Bills at 12-5.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. I just
I
wanted to
did.
record that. All right. So AFC playoff picture. I have the Jets 1. I have the Bengals 2. I have the Jags 3, and I have the Chiefs 4. Then I have the Ravens wild card, Ravens 5. I have the Chargers 6, and then I have the Bills 7.
Okay. So I have my number 1 seed in the AFC playoffs is the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
I have Chiefs at 2.
Okay.
I have the Ravens at 3. And I have Jacksonville at 4.
Okay.
My 5 seed is Miami.
Okay.
My 6 seed is the Pats. I have 3 out of the 4 AFC East teams making the playoffs.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And shockingly, Cincinnati is pulling up the rear. Number 7,
Okay.
which surprised me. But yeah.
All right. All right. Cool. Well, that is our predictions, ladies and gentlemen, for our NFC and AFC playoffs. Now we will go into what do you want to go into awards? Who do we think, or do you want to go into the Super Bowl? Or you want to save the Super Bowl for last?
Let's do the playoffs. No, let's do awards. Awards makes more sense, and then we'll jump into the playoff picture.
I figure we do awards and then we jump into the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And so right now, for defensive player of the year, I have So I just put two because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
My 1A is Sauce Gardner. I think he brings it home again.
Okay.
And my 1B is Nick Bosa.
Okay. So my defensive player of the year, this should be pretty obvious because if they have the record I think they're going to have, it's got to be
Oh
Aaron
my
Donald.
God, Aaron Donald.
It has to be.
Oh my
They're
God, this
15-2.
freaking dude.
15-2.
All right. For offensive player of the year, I have again 1A, 1B. 1A, I have McCaffrey.
Okay.
Because I think he's going to have a huge year. Playing
Okay.
a full season with the Niners, I think he will. My 1B, Justin Jefferson.
So Justin Jefferson's my pick for
Okay.
offensive player of the year again, and that's just because I think everything. No more Cook. I don't even know who the other
Yeah.
person to have it. Like everything
Yeah.
is gonna have to get filtered through Jeff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think he's just one of those receivers. No matter what, win or lose, he's gonna get his numbers.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
Comeback player of the year, I put DeMar Hamlin. I think that story and him coming back.
yeah, that one's if he gets
Yeah,
through the whole year,
yeah. I think that.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's
that's a
that's a
pretty
great
obvious
story. Yeah.
obvious pick.
Coach of the year.
Okay,
Who you think my coach of the year is, Joseph?
you know,
Yeah. Who do you think?
oh, Robert Sala.
Yes, sir.
So this one was tough because uh who I originally wanted to go with, I think they can win it and they should win it if the
Mm-hmm.
record plays out the way I think it does.
Mm-hmm.
So I also think that this team is coming in with a lot of expectations and that will actually kind of hurt his chances.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, well, I want to say Dan Campbell. I think Matt Eberflus of the Bears will win Coach of the Year.
Oh, okay. That's a good pick.
Just because I think he will surprise everybody with how
Yeah.
well. I don't think people are expecting the Bears to be as good as 11-6.
Yeah.
So
Good pick. All right. For my offensive rookie of the year, might surprise you.
okay.
I went with Bijan Robinson.
So that was also my pick.
What?
Well, remember, I mean, I have the Falcons going 13-4.
Yeah,
Part of
that's
that's going to be
true. That's
Bijan.
true. That's true. I thought you was gonna go with Carolina uh Bryce Young.
No,
Yeah, that's who I thought you would go with. Okay. All right.
yeah,
Wow.
not
That's
with
cool.
Kansas going 8-9, and then if the Falcons do go 13-4,
Yeah.
I find it hard to believe that a lot of that
Yeah.
isn't done on the back of Bijan. So
Yeah, that's good. My defensive rookie of the year, I have Will Anderson Jr. From Houston. Yeah, I think because he's,
mm-hmm.
I think they have no choice but to start him. And so I think if he get more reps, I think he'd get the most reps from any other defensive player rookie on any other team. So that's why I went with him, honestly.
So mine is Jack Campbell.
Okay.
Which is surprising because he's playing with who's the blonde guy from Detroit? It's a Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh yeah.
But I think all the focus is going to be on Aiden. And again, I'm really, really into the Lions this year. I think a big part of it is going to be how well he plays. So.
Okay. All right, and that's last but not least, MVP.
I'll let you go first. I think a little more jaw dropping, shall I say?
Okay. So I have a 1A. I have a 1A, 1B, but I don't know who's 1A and I don't know who's 1B. But I have Burrow.
Okay.
I think he has one of those seasons where again, because I think he threw over like 4,500 yards last season, something like that. He had rushing yards. It was, but I think he repeats that. But my either 1A or 1B, I think Lamar Jackson. Again, I think he brings back that Mike Vick feel this year after everything that happened last year. He's going to be fresh, ready to rock and roll with his new contract. And so yeah, I think Lamar is going to be in that MVP. I had Rodgers, but I crossed it out because, and the only reason I did it was because I think with with these quarterbacks being a mobile
Mm-hmm.
quarterback, I think that'll play a huge part. Aaron doesn't have that anymore, I don't think. He's
Yep.
pocket precision right now, and so that's why I went with these two.
Okay. You ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
I want to preface this with
If you say
this
Matthew
was
Stafford,
this
I'm
is
gonna
not who
throw
I
my.
thought. This is not who I thought, but you got to trust the predictions and you got to trust your board and what the records played out to. If you have a team that goes 15-2, it's no coincidence. My MVP of the 2023-2024 season, words I never thought I would speak, is Matthew Stafford.
He said it. Oh my god! I
I
can't
have them going
believe.
15-2.
I can't believe this
You
dude
don't
just
do
said.
that without a quarterback who's slinging the rock.
This dude, you are all in on the Rams this
I
season.
don't
Do you
want to
know
be.
that?
I just looked at their schedule and
Do you? Okay. All right. Let's bypass this, please. I don't want to hear it no more. I just want to know. Super Bowl 58. Are the Rams in your
no,
Super
they're
Bowl? Oh,
not.
thank you,
They are
Jesus.
not.
Oh my word.
They are
All
not.
right.
So
Super
let's
Bowl
get into
58.
that. Well,
Who
you
do
want to
you
do the
have?
playoff predictions? Like
No.
jumping
Let's
into
take
who
the
we
player.
think.
Yeah, let's just go to who do you have in the Super Bowl?
So from the AFC, I didn't want to, but I don't see how you avoid it. I do have Kansas City making it.
Okay. Okay.
I actually have them beating the Jaguars in the AFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the Jags catching their stride in the playoffs. Who is your AFC team?
So my AFC team is the Bengals.
Okay. Okay. All right. It's not the Jets, so
It is not the Jets. It is not the Jets. It is
so
not the
I did
Jets.
AFC first because AFC I thought was pretty obvious. My
Mhm.
NFC team, again, words I never thought I would speak. I have, when the dust settled, the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl.
Whoa!
So let me just to understand my logic. They got to play a 7 seed Eagles team in Detroit. I do think they win that game in the wild card. And then because of how things stacked out, I have them playing your boys in the second round. I just think all the momentum is with the Lions. The reason, probably though, the biggest reason they make it to the Super Bowl is in the NFC Championship game. And you didn't give me another look, rightfully so. I have them meeting the Bears. Again, understand the context. The Bears in their first round have to play the Falcons, a 13-4 Falcons team, but a Falcons team that arrived ahead of schedule. So I think that's a win for the Bears.
So
And then,
you have the Rams going 15-2 and
yeah.
not even playing in the conference game. Oh my word! So wait, so your Super Bowl is Lions versus
Kansas City.
KC, and then who wins?
So this is why I needed to stop with the nonsense. I do have
KC.
Kansas City
Okay.
repeating,
Okay.
and the GOAT talk will open up. Who is your
Okay.
NFC team?
So I am biased, Joseph.
Okay.
My boys will be in Super Bowl 58, right? So let me tell you this. Super Bowl 23, the 49ers defeated the Bengals 20-16. I think
Okay.
we're going to have that repeat this year. Super Bowl 58, 49ers, Bengals. 49ers winning the Super Bowl and bringing it home. I am
Okay.
in on my boys. I'm in on the Jets. I like everything they did. I just don't. I think this first year, I think they get through it. I do think they make it to the championship game against the Bengals, but
Okay.
I think the Bengals just pull it off and go to the playoffs. I would like Burrow again. I am you since you've known me, and even people who know me way back when, I've been a 49ers fan since I was yay
Yeah.
high. And I can't go against my boys because I think if my boys were trash, I'd be real. I'd be like, yo, we're garbage, right? But we are defensively, offensively, coaching. We
Yeah.
have it all right? Now, can we get past the Eagles? That's a big question. But I think we are, they had this document on YouTube I watched the other day. It was called Brick by Brick. It's a 49. They talk about the 49ers,
Yeah.
preseason, and it's following them almost like Hard Knocks. But just watching them and seeing the excitement and seeing Coach Shanahan talk, dude, I am like, I think we are going to make some noise this year. I think Purdy is going to be outstanding. I think McCaffrey is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think we have all the weapons. Kettle, Debo, our defense is at the top. I got my boys in the Super Bowl this season.
Okay.
So yeah, man. So
I
man, that
respect
was
it.
that was awesome. You know what? I'm so excited for this upcoming season because why I'm excited the most is because I can't wait to see the Rams go 15-2. That's what I'm most excited about, dude. And so
Last year
yeah,
was all
but
about the Chargers. This year, the flaming hot take is the Rams.
yes. Last year was the
I don't
Chargers for
get it.
you.
Like,
You were all in, and this year you are all in on the Rams. So I took a page from your book because, like you talked about last year being all in on the Chargers. I am all in on the Jets. All right. So
okay.
let's see. We shall see throughout this season. What's going to happen. And so yeah. Any departing words?
Yeah, I mean, to round it out, if anybody's wondering, so that would put the top 5 draft picks. I would have the Cards, Buccaneers, Packers picking 3 overall,
Mm-hmm.
which they haven't picked that high in a long time. Seahawks, Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting thing to note that surprised myself: all 5 NFC teams.
And so same here. Like I have Packers at 3. I
Okay.
have the Cards at 1,
Yeah.
like you. And then I have the Commanders at 2, and then
Okay.
I have the Raiders at 4, and the Colts at 5. So I have 3
Okay.
NFC, 2 AFC. And so, yeah. All right. Well, that's good, man. So, season to be kicking off in a few weeks.
Good.
We are going to have post NFL week Sunday and Monday, and then they're going to have the
Yeah.
Thursday night games also. But we're going to have a post NFL look back on a Sunday, all the games that happened coming up. So please be on the lookout for that. Yeah, and so tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about Socratic Sports. Follow us on Instagram, Socratic Sports 22. Follow us on YouTube, Socratic Sports. Yeah, Joey, this has been a blast. I'm so excited to, man. We will have we have our own internal draft. We might go live for that draft, for the fantasy football draft, just to go over who we pick, why we pick them, and so be on the lookout for that. So yeah, it's been real. It's been fun, Joey. Man, this was a blast, man. I'm so excited for
I,
this season to come up.
I am glad. Well, it took a lot of work. It was very time consuming. I am glad that I wrote everything out. I went game by game because I did surprise myself. Like,
Yeah.
I would
No,
not
I'm
have had
telling
the
you.
Rams going 15-2. I would not have had the Chiefs going 11-6. I looked at I thought the Falcons would be good. I did not think they'd be 13-4.
Yeah, yep.
But when
Lions
when I
13 and
sat
4.
down, I looked at the schedules. I was like, I could see this.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that was good. It was good. It was good, man. All right, let's get us out of here with some
uh,
music.
before, make sure you
Yeah.
have the thing switched over to live. Because if you don't, I don't.
Oh, okay. Cool. Gotcha.
Sound
All right.
good at the
Well.
beginning. I just followed your dance moves. Stop.
I love it. All right, man. I'm gonna get us out of here. Thank you guys for watching again. You can hear it now?
Yeah.
Peace out, guys.
You know that.